Hi, in today's bite-sized lesson, I'll be taking you through a beginner chord change exercise, also perfect to be used as a warm-up. Now, the premise of this exercise is to use adjoining chords that have one finger in common. So each chord change, you have to keep at least one finger on the guitar string, on the same fret. We begin with a G chord. Chord number 2 is an E minor chord. Chord number 3 is our C major chord. Chord number 4 is our A minor chord. Chord number 5 is our F chord. And the final chord number 6 is the D7 chord. As I take you through the fretting hand chord sequence, this picking hand here is just going to play one strum per chord. Now the first chord in our sequence is a G. 6 strings. As we move to our second chord, which is an E minor, what we're going to do is keep this first finger on fret number 2 of the A string. We're not going to move that finger. So we take our other fingers off the fretboard and swing our middle finger to the string underneath on fret number 2 for the D string. That gives us an E minor chord shape. Sometimes, depending on your hand position, you may have to slightly slide this finger this way a little bit to accommodate, to fit the middle finger into the fret space. Chord number 3, we are going to a C major chord. Now, to get from an E minor to a C major chord, we keep our middle finger here where it is. So the middle finger won't lose contact with the string. We're going to take the first finger off and we need to spin our hand position around to stretch out the third finger to land on the 3rd fret of the A string and the first finger to land on the 1st fret of the B string. To move to our 4th chord, we're going to now land on an A minor. We're going to keep these 2 fingers where they are, but we're going to move this finger off the fretboard, off the string, underneath that middle finger there. So that's going to land on the 2nd fret of the G string. So just squeeze that in nice and tight there. If you need to, you might need to slide your fingers back a little bit, but just nice and tight. Our 5th chord will be the F major 7, or a beginner F as it's sometimes known as. We are going to keep our first finger where it is. Do not let that leave the string. And we're going to bring our 3rd and middle finger off and switch them into a diagonal shape. So your middle finger lands on the 2nd fret of the G string and your 3rd finger lands on the 3rd fret of the D string. And that's a 4-string chord. The final and 6th chord is a D7 shape, which means again, we're going to keep this first finger where it is. We are going to keep the middle finger where it is, and we're going to bring our 3rd finger here right down to the bottom string, to the E, the high E string, and play the 2nd fret of the E string. That again is a 4-string chord. So I play through this sequence again nice and slow. We begin with the G chord. We're moving to the E minor chord. Keep your first finger where it is. We are moving to a C chord, so keep your middle finger where it is and spin your hand around to the C. We're going to an A minor chord, so keep your first 2 fingers where they are and bring your 3rd finger down, tuck it under the middle finger. We're now heading to an F, so keep your 1st finger where it is, spin your middle and 3rd finger round. We are going to a D7, keep your 1st finger where it is, keep your middle finger where it is, and tuck your 3rd finger onto the bottom string. One more time, a little bit quicker. Once we've done that one way, we can reverse it back to where we came from. When you feel like you've accomplished that and your fingers are nice and warm, you can start to add in extra strums. A really basic development would be to do 4 down strums per chord. There are quite a few possibilities with this chord exercise. See if you can extend the sequence by adding on chords that have 1, 2 or 3 fingers in common. See if you can change the strumming pattern once you have a chord sequence set up. Maybe incorporate a picking pattern as well. It's here to help you warm up and get your fingers accustomed to changing chords without taking them all off the fretboard at once. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. While your fingers are nice and warmed up, do not put your guitar away. Take the opportunity to look at this lesson here. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.